Afternoon, folks. We got Coach Ja'Juan Seider here for you all today. As always, use the raise hand function on Zoom and we'll get to questions from the room. Go ahead, Tyler Donahue, first question.
Thank you, Matt. Hey, Jaywan, how are you today?
What's up, Ty?
Good. Thanks for the time. We heard from James after the game against Illinois and saying that he feels Nick and Katron are the best duo in college football at the running back position. Afterwards, I asked both Nick and Katron. They feel the same way. So I'm curious. I think I know your answer, but if you feel the same way, what would your case be for them being the best tandem across the country right now?
I mean, you watch over what we 2.5 years, the two most consistent guys that's playing together. I mean, we easily can combine their stats and say that's one guy. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to say, hey, when you substitute a guy in and there's no drop off, and like pick your poison, who you want to defend on each moment of the play. And the thing that I get the best seat in the house, I get to see these kids progress over the last couple of years, and they just steady getting better and better as the season go on, as the weeks goes on. And I still think we still haven't seen their best yet, which is scary.
Rich Scarcella.
Hi, Ja'Juan. How are you?
How you doing, Rich?
I'm good. Ja'Juan, why wasn't Nick Singleton at practice yesterday? Was it an injury, an illness, or something else?
Well, I think Coach Franklin already answered that question, Rich. So I'm not going to follow up on that same question that he already kind of exposed you guys to.
He didn't really answer it though.
Well, we don't talk about stuff that that the coach already put some out.
Okay.
So I'll leave it as that. You know what I mean? And we'll move on.
Daniel Gallen.
Thanks for the time this morning, Jaywan. When you talk about Nick and the play that he had where he chips the defensive end, catches the pass, runs over the defender in the flat, what was your immediate impression on that play, and what do you think that says about him and his development from when he got here to now?
Well, I just think it's being able to show everybody that we already know that these kids can play on all three downs. And that's what you want to see as a coach, and you want to see from your best players. And to me, like I always tell them, like people should be more proud watching the film of us blocking as well as us running. And I think when you can combine pretty much three things he did on that play, right? To execute the chip on the block, to be able to catch a ball that was a high pass, get his foot back in the ground, and be able to finish a run on a critical down. I think it was 3rd and 7 to keep a drive alive and enjoying the moment. Like these kids, for me, it's fun because I see them having fun again. It's no pressure on those guys trying to live up to expectation. Is understand I am the expectation. Every day I walk on that field, I'm the baddest son of a gun on the field. And that's kind of been what they modeled been this year. And they kind of playing with that attitude. We call it putting people in seatbelts, right? When you get in a seatbelt, you either on a roller coaster, you ready for a ride to make sure you're secure, or you in a car accident, when somebody hitting you, want to be secure that car can protect you. And so we want to make sure every time we block somebody, they bracing like they're in a seatbelt, or we run them over, make sure they have a seatbelt, or we're going to carry them on the ride. And that's kind of been our mindset, to play physical in every aspect of the game.
Bob Flounders.
Can you guys hear me?
Here you down, Bob.
Yes. Jaywan, how are you? Thanks for doing this.
No problem, guys.
I just wanted to ask you, what do you remember about both of these guys as January enrollees? And I know you get asked a lot about Nick's physical development and his speed. What stands out to you about Katron's, maybe his physical and mental development?
He came in ready. And I think a lot had to do, I credit IMG, I credit KRON. And I said this way back, that those two kids, when they got here in January, when we got in the spring ball, made our team at Penn State a better team. We became a physical team the day we put on pads in spring ball, because the way they practice, the way they run behind they pass, they made our defense tougher, because now I have to tackle these dudes every day. And the thing that's fun, like they practice the way they play. Like they don't take shortcuts. Like they pissed off if we in practice and they're not touching the ball. Like I've never been around kids like an old school mentality, like where you love football so much, you don't want to miss anything. And that's the thing that makes it special when you got great players, but they practice to be great. Like they don't take shortcuts. And it's unique in this situation that we in, especially when you got two of these kids that's equally talented and can play anywhere in the country and be the focal point of any offense.
John Petishnak.
Ja'Juan, have another question for you about Nick and KRON. When you have guys like that who don't shy away from contact, who, punish the defender, who finish play strong, how much does that set the tone for the entire offense?
I mean, you can ask everyone on the team. Our team feed off those guys, and they feed off the team, right? And when you can have a mentality like we have as a program, we still a blue collar program where we wake up in the morning, we go to work, and we turn the lights off, we lay our head down, and we get back up and we work again. And that's who we are, and we're not satisfied from having a good game. We got to be consistent week in and week out. And it's just a tone setter. I mean, our defense, know we go good on good. It is the most competitive environment in all of college football. But it starts with practice. So we try to make the practice as hard as we can because we can't control what happens in the game, right? So the more looks and the tougher our defense can get for us and we can get for our defense, it just makes us a better team. And that's kind of been who we are up under Coach Franklin.
Frank Bodani.
Hi, Ja'Juan. What would you say is the biggest maybe improvement difference with each of them this year? And you said that the best maybe is yet to come, so to speak. And what is there to go yet for these two?
Well, I think you can start with they haven't hit that best yet because it's still a new system that these kids playing in. They're already executing at a pretty high level, and we haven't even finished implement more stuff that we can do with these guys in the pass game, the run game. It's fun. I think everybody noticed the difference in how we attacked in defense. We starting to spread you out from the center all the way outside to the wide receivers. And I mean by inside, outside zone, gap scheme. So now you've been able to take advantage of their strength, getting speed in space. Speed, not only speed in space, but power in space. And now you got to defend that and make a safety have to make the tackle a lot of time with last year because we were we were boxed in a lot of times and we didn't spread them out enough where you bound the linebacker and the safety at the line of scrimmage. So I just think, Andy done a great job of creating matchups to making people defend 53 1/3 of the field. So it kind of opened up different lanes with these guys. So that's what I'm saying about why we haven't seen their best yet. And we just scratching the surface because, last week was a game where we had to play 4 quarters. And you guys see what happened when we play 4 quarters. You get to lean on those guys more, and it kind of helps our line. I just think it's a trust factor between our offense right now, and they having fun. Like you watch great offense, they have fun. And that's what our team is doing right now. They having fun because they execute at a high level, and that's how you have fun.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Ja'Juan, thanks for the time. I wanted to kind of, since you guys are far enough into this thing, what's it been like just kind of behind the scenes working with Andy and getting to know him and obviously in the building? What's that process been like for you, and what's maybe something that we wouldn't know about Andy and kind of what he's like the week leading into a game?
The thing I give the biggest thing for Andy kind of remind me of when I worked for Dana. He's not uptight. He has a personality. You don't have to feel like it's 4th and inches every time you walk in the meeting. And also, he done a great job of trusting the resources that he have working with him. He was here when me and Tyler took over as the coordinators at the bowl game, so he got a chance to see us work. That he got good coaches, and I don't have to be a me guy. I can trust the people around me because we got a great staff here, and it's not an ego in that room, and he knows that. And anytime you walk in a program, the first thing you got to do is you got to find out what a trust is, right? Earn our trust, we trust him. So I think he done a great job with that, not only with our staff, but with our players. And he brings confidence when he walk in the room because, again, on offense, it's all about confidence. If you uptight or you pressing and, you forcing the issues in the pass game, the running game, where everybody feels that. And now it's a sense of calm. Like your preparation allows you to be confident. And that's what we preach. We show you every look known to man. And go out there and play. Turn it loose. We're talking about taking a deep breath. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Make mistakes full speed ahead fast. And if we do that, good things going to happen for us.
Greg Pickle.
Hey, Coach, thanks for your time.
No problem, dude.
Coach, your freshman running backs, Quentin Martin and Corey Smith, obviously, both of those guys came in different high school circumstances. What have you seen from them progression-wise through these first a few weeks of the season and since they've been on campus?
Well, I think, now Quentin got a taste of it. I think the sense of urgency of being prepared and being ready to go, that know that, hey, I can be playing at any moment. You know, I try to tell all these kids every come in, don't just look at the guys in front of you. Don't just look at Nick and Katron and look here and take on them. Okay, I'm going to go in the back seat and red shirt mode and I'm going to wait my time. No, I need you to be ready now because you one play away. You know, you lose Cam and now the next guy got to be up and you got to have that. I mean, we got a long season to go. We want to go and do the things that we say we want to do. It's going to take them all. I mean, it's going to take them all. It's going to be a long season. We got 12 regular season game. Hope we play a bonus because we're in the championship. And then from there, the playoff, right? Let's not sugarcoat. That's where we got to, that's our expectation. We got to get there, but we get there by one game at a time and just trying to make them understand every day you got to come in this building and have a mentality that I'm a starter, not a backup. I'm a starter with my preparation, how I go in every meeting, how I take notes, how I ask questions, how I come in and walk in the halls with confidence. It starts there. And now you're starting to see a little bit of that. Before it was like, I'm going to sit in the back and I'm going to sit there. I'm going to act like I'm learning, but I'm not really paying attention. So I have to break them out of that habits and understand, like, you're here for a reason. Like, you can't come to Penn State as a running back and be comfortable in an environment that I'm going to wait till my turn. You got to be ready right now.
Seth Engel.
Hey, Ja'Juan, thanks for your time today. When
Problem.
we talked this summer, you talked about the Michigan game last year and how, they only passed the ball one time in the second half. They let you guys make the mistakes. Through 4 games, how have you kind of seen your offense maybe do that to other opponents and and have them make the same mistakes that maybe, you guys made in that game?
Yeah, I think anytime when you want to be the offense that you really want to be or you're trying to achieve, you want to make people react to you, not react to what the defense is doing, because the defense should never dictate a game. If you're a good offense and the offense that's going to allow us to go be a championship team, we got to force them out of things that they don't want to do, right? We talking about last week, Illinois. They was a man team, 5 down bear front. We got them out of that. So we dictate the terms of how the game was going to be played, and we know we left some opportunities out there, but that's the opportunity for growth we talking about. We haven't hit our best yet, but we're striving to. And it's been fun to know that there's not an element that you really haven't focused to stop us, that we can dictate a game. We got to throw the ball 50 times a game. I think I feel confident we can do that. If we got to run it 50 times a game, I feel confident we can do that. So it's really taking what they've given us and then putting them on their heels.
All right, folks, we got time for 3 more questions. We'll go Tyler Donahue, Daniel Gallen, and Rich Scarcella. Go ahead, Tyler.
Thanks again, Ja'Juan. Tuesday, we spoke with Nick Singleton. Yesterday, we spoke with Drew Aller. Both of them indicated that they are having more fun this year, and they feel like that's really the way it's going for a lot of offensive players. Is that something that you can sense among the group, and what would you attribute it to? And secondarily, is this offensive staff having more fun in 2024?
Yeah, I think that's if you ask a true and false question, that'd be true to all. I mean, we are having fun. I mean, we got a close-knit group. And the kids they reciprocate what they see out of us, right? If they see us having fun, they're going to have fun, right? There's a time and place when we got to be serious. There's a time and place where we can let it loose. And I think it's all in the preparation, getting those kids prepared, the things that we do out the week, how we meet, how we walk through, how they using voiceovers, how they using the iPads at home to study. So they're way more prepared. And a lot of it is window dressing, knowing how to window dress to take advantage of angles and inches is what these kids are learning. And then you can hear them. Like, I know you guys interviewed Nick the other day. Like, listen to Nick talk and listen how he talk with confidence, how he's speaking up. That's a sign of maturity. That's a sign like, you know what? I'm not saying I arrived, but I'm close to it, where I feel like now I am the Nick Singleton that I expect of myself and not what everybody else expected of me. And same with Drew. I talk to him all the time. Like, you got to understand, like, if you want to be the best quarterback that you can be in the country, then you got to walk it and you got to talk it and you got to breed that confidence. And how you breed it, you let the guys around you know you trust them. Being a quarterback, sitting in the pocket, not getting happy feet, your command, when you speak, they should follow. So all those things that those kids are doing right now, it's been contagious throughout our whole team.
Daniel Gallen.
Ja'Juan, when we were talking to KRON after the game Saturday, it was clear that scoring that touchdown meant a lot to him. He always talks to us about how much he loves football. What kind of light can you shed on his personality, kind of where that comes from and how that shows up and how he goes about his business?
You said it. The kid loved football. There's not a kid in this world who I ever been around a coach who loved football more than KRON. And I think the thing he loved the most, it ain't the yards. It's getting in the end zone. It is a funeral home if he don't get in that end zone. And I have to try to remind him, like, it's never going to always be easy when you got an RPOs, you got quarterback pulls, you got Tyler Warren, you got Nick, you got Drew and Bo. Everybody can run. So now don't let those moments when we don't get in, because I want you to get in there too, affect your mood after the game. And I think he reset himself 2 weeks ago because, again, it's pressure, right? These guys trying to make sure they lead our team, but you can lead in different ways, and trying to make him understand just because you didn't score a touchdown and our team won in the day, it's about the team winning. So I had to remind him, so guess what? In the NFL, they play for field goals. When you get there, some games you may not score, but you still got to enjoy the moments. You put too much hard work in here to not let it bring you down. And like, it's the touchdowns for this kid. Like, this kid will give his right arm to make sure he score every game. And it doesn't make him selfish. That's his mentality. That's his sign of, I'm doing my part to help us win. It's not that I'm being selfish. I'm trying to put me for the team. He incorporated a great game with him in the end zone. And I don't know if that was something that's always brought up when he was young, but that's what we had to sit down and talk to him as a freshman. So love the kid, love the way his approach to the game, and love his passion for the game. And I think now when he let that go, we saw how much fun they had. I mean, I wish you guys could have been on the sideline to see and embrace the fun that Nick and KRON was having throughout that game, the way they were playing with violence, but they also was enjoying each other on that sideline with their teammates.
Last question, Rich Carcella.
When you talked a few questions ago about getting the younger guys ready, if Nick can't go Saturday, do you believe that Quentin Martin is ready for an increased role?
Yeah, he's ready. He's been here all spring. He got no excuse not to be ready. And if he ain't ready, now I ain't done my job. He need to be ready anyway. I mean, he's ready to go. So it ain't like whether Nick playing or not, that got anything to do with it. He got to be ready to go regardless. Same with Corey, got to be ready to go regardless. So it's my job. I always say this: you coach the fifth guy, no different you coach the first guy, because you never know when your fifth guy got to be your first guy. We live with that during COVID, and that's always been how I was brought up as a coach from my father, that you coach everybody to be a starter, to be, their preparation should not change whether I'm the fifth guy or the first guy. Because you, like you said, you're a play away from never knowing being the guy. So it's the mentality. Like, I can say it as a coach, but they have to do it. And I think having Quentin here all spring and all summer, all fall, like, he's ready. He's know the system inside out. Now just go play. I thought when he played a few weeks ago, he operated like he had confidence. And I think with all young kids at any position, we always talk about taking a deep breath. Stop worrying about being perfect. If you're gonna mess up 100 miles per hour, and good things will happen that way. So I got no reserve that he's not ready. If he got to play, he's ready to play.
Thanks, Ja'Juan. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.